So yeah, this is the deck I'm going to be playing today. It is called Chromatic Blue. It's kind of a similar concept to the Chromatic Black deck. I mean, obviously it doesn't have the land that ramps, but it does have the added bonus of a bit more control. It has more counter spells available to it, obviously, because it's in blue. It has bounce effects, which obviously removal is probably better, but it works at times. It has, obviously without green, it's a bit hard to ramp, but I do have artifacts that ramp: Hedron Archive, Chromatic Lantern, Mind Stone. And then once you get to 6 mana and you have 4 permanents on the field, you can just play Flood of Tears. And if you have an Omniscience in hand, or if you fetch it from the sideboard with Fae, you can play it and then use Fae to start comboing off. Basically what you do is the same as the other decks that I made recently. You get Mastermind's Acquisition, Scholar of the Ages, and then essentially an infinite combo to just fetch your whole sideboard out with Thousand Year Storm. And then I thought I'd do something a bit different with this one, so I have Planewide Celebration, Liliana, and Jace. So you can use this to get their ultis off. And with Jace, he counters the first spell your opponent plays every turn. Then you can play Rule of Law, and then they essentially just can't play anything for the rest of the game. Or, like I said before, with the other decks, you can just use Inescapable Blaze to hit their face a bunch of times and then win that way. Also, Ugin, just a bunch of other stuff. Clear the Mind, Mythos of Illuna to copy Thousand Year Storm. It's a pretty fun deck. I don't think it's as powerful as the other 2 decks that I made, but it can be at times. I mean, it's the same concept, really, but it has a lot less utility and removal, obviously, which is unfortunate, but it's done fairly well. I'd say that the other decks are probably better at doing this kind of combo, but I still enjoy it, so I haven't tested it on stream yet. I'm hoping it goes well, because sometimes when I turn the stream on, the decks I'm playing start performing worse, so just see what happens. I think I'll keep this. I do have a Chromatic Lantern and a counterspell. Well, 2 counterspells, but I can't play this until turn 4 or 5, so see what happens. I might lose. This deck I don't think can beat Goblins unless I ramp super hard and draw the exact cards that I need. Okay. Alright, so there's a Mind Stone. They're ramping a bit, so I suppose I should too. Hopefully I don't regret it. I don't think they can play Nissa or anything yet. Okay, so they have 1, 2, 3, 4 mana. I can't exactly play Nissa yet, I don't think. Plus I have Pact of Negation to hold up if anything super bad happens. Okay, so he's just adapting. It's fine. Alright, so I guess I'll hold the mana open. I don't have Omniscience yet, so I don't really want to fetch Flood of Tears. Nyx Bloom, yeah, I'm going to counter that. Don't want another island right now. Alright, so I'll just play Omen here. 2 islands, not ideal. Just bottom those. Negate's pretty good. I also have mana open for Castle Vantress now. I'll just hold the mana open for counter spells, I guess. And then maybe Scry if they don't do anything. So yeah, I'll just counter that again. Second Pact of Negation. Don't think I want another one, to be honest. Okay, so I can fetch Omniscience from my sideboard, but I do need Flood of Tears for it to work, so we'll just wait on that, I guess. Okay, so I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I don't quite have the mana yet, so I'll counter this. There's a Henge. Guess I'll hold the mana open for the Great Henge. Okay, so you just gave up. Like I said, having extra counter spells does come in handy sometimes, which I think that's an advantage it has over the Chromatic Black deck. But like I said, once things hit the board, it's kind of hard to deal with them. That's why decks that go wide, like Goblins or even Elves, can sometimes be a pain. This is kind of greedy, but I think I'll keep it. It's definitely risky, but maybe it'll pay off. Okay, so just play the Hedron Archive into another Mind Stone. Sure. Alright, so there's another Hedron Archive, so I think maybe I'll just sacrifice this one to draw 2 cards. And then play the other one. Okay. So it's just attacking. So I'll play Omen here. He doesn't have counter spells yet, at least, so that's good. I'll take the Pact. And I will put this into my hand. And I guess I'll play this. Basically, I'm just looking for a Flood of Tears and Omniscience at this point, as well as a Fae of Wishes. So let's see what he does. Yeah, you can have that, I guess. I'm not going to waste my Pact on something like that. I mean, he's ramping, but so long as I can just counter whatever he plays, it's no big deal. Alright, so I'll just play Yorion here. Another Pact, I don't really want that right now. I may sacrifice the Omen to scry here, because I do already have over 4 permanents, so... Apparently you can't counter that. I don't really care too much about this. I'm more worried about things like Ugin, Ulamog, stuff like that. The Ulamog's not really that threatening because most of my stuff is colorless. So there's Flood of Tears. I just need to find the Omniscience and Fae of Wishes. So I'm just going to block the zombie here, obviously. Wrath of God. And I'll counter that, I guess. Sure. Okay. So I guess I'll do this. Try and find my Omniscience. There it is. I just need to find Fae of Wishes, essentially. Though I could do it now. No, that's probably not a good idea. I'll wait one more turn. So I was going to say I could use Omen to try and search for it, since I can play it for free. Anything else? Block one of these. And I suppose I'll sacrifice the Mind Stone to draw a card. Not exactly what I wanted. May have to wait till next turn to try and find it. There it is. So I do have 2 counter spells to hold up here, just in case he has like a Planar Cleansing or Heliod's Intervention or something. Yeah, that's fine. That's your whole turn, dude. Sure. I have everything I need, so I don't really need to scry, and well, he has no mana open, so I guess I can. Sure, I'll take another Omen. He could have a Pact of Negation or something, but I have my own, and obviously I already have everything I need here to win. So fetching the Scholar, getting those 2 back. And then I'll get the 1,000-Year Storm. Get this. 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 And this. I guess then I'll play Fae, return it to my hand. Just get everything else here. And then I guess I'll... Okay, so you just gave up. Yeah, people usually just give up when they realize you're doing shenanigans like this. Sometimes they let you play it out, which is cool, but most of the time they do that. Let me grab a drink real quick. This is pretty good. I have Ramp, Omen of the Sea, and well, that's essentially it. And lands. Looks like maybe he's playing a creature deck, so it might be a bit of a problem, but we'll see what happens. Yeah, looks like maybe it's a pretty aggressive start, so... Yeah, this isn't good. I'll hold the mana open for the Omen. This is kind of scary, to be honest. If there's the Fae, which is something I needed. Okay, I can do both. I just wanted to put Yorion into my hand here. He's probably going to play Amori here. He has a lot of mana, so it's a bit of a Monka-esque moment. Alright, so just play Yorion here. Try and find Flood of Tears. I'm also probably going to scry with Castle Vantress. I guess I'm blocking Amori here. Is there anything in my sideboard I can get? I suppose Ugin solves the problem if I have the mana for it. Which I don't think that I do. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, yeah. Yeah, I can't really do anything here, unfortunately. Let's see if I can actually play it. Yeah, I can. Okay. I think it's game over. If I would have done that one turn, I didn't know he was going to build up that fast. Also, I didn't draw any counter spells that game, which is pretty frustrating. Okay, I don't like this hand, so I'm gonna mulligan. This is better. Just pitch this. It's slightly better. It's not much better. I think maybe I should put a Flood of Tears on the sideboard, just in case. So I do have 4 main decks, so it shouldn't really be much of an issue. And so just hold open Brazen Borrower. Okay, I'll let it hit me for 1 turn, I guess. Kind of want to ramp here. Probably should have played the Hedron there, but... I don't think I need another Hedron. That's what I'm looking for. I'm hoping, hopefully he does not use another Cleansing Nova. Yeah, I don't really care much about that. He can kill one of my things, and it doesn't matter. Alright, so I'm just gonna Flood of Tears, say good game, because there's not much he can do. Just gotta be careful that you don't pick the wrong thing sometimes. Yes, I think I am going to put a Flood of Tears in the sideboard just in case. I like having 4 main board though, that's the thing. I guess maybe River's Rebuke. Return. I'm just looking for something that if I get in like a really shitty situation and my opponent has like a bunch of stuff on the field, that I can use it to get out of. See, that kind of screws me too, which I don't like. Turn up to 3 target creatures. Eh. I wish River's Rebuke did the same thing as Flood of Tears, but it kind of just screws me over with what I'm trying to do. This isn't too bad. Okay, I'm kind of concerned that he has counter spells, so I'll just hold the mana open for my own. Okay, that's fine. I'll let that pass. Okay, so I'll play the Hedrons now. I do have Blink of an Eye, so if he plays anything super scary, then I can just counter it, or return it to his hand. Yeah, I mean, I'll have to get rid of that. I'll just do it on his end step. Oh. Okay. Yeah, I guess I didn't have the mana for it. Soul Warden, alright. So I'll try and get back my own Hedron, and then draw a card from the kicker if I can. Alright, so I will play another Hedron into a Mind Stone, and then I'll try and fetch what I need from the sideboard here. Okay, so I'm guessing he has some kind of counterspell mana here, so I'll just put Yorion into my hand and then try and get him to tap out here. Okay. I mean, eventually he's going to have to tap out. So he's playing that. What's he taking? Fae of Wishes. Alright. I guess I'll try and bounce it back to his hand and see if he counters it. Don't have the mana to play Rule of Law, so that's not an option. I also don't have a way to play Thought Distortion now, sadly. I guess I'll grab Ugin. That is super annoying. Let's see what he does here. Okay. Alright, hopefully that's his last counter spell. This is starting to annoy me. I mean, I highly doubt that it is, but it could possibly be. If I had a Chromatic Lantern, I could have gotten Thought Distortion. Okay, good. So there's pretty much nothing you can do unless he has a Spell Pierce. Okay, no, he might have a Censor now or something. Okay, so you just didn't have anything.
You've already lost. You just don't know.
If I were you, I'd just surrender.
So that also copies it, so they're going to be at really high loyalty. Yeah. Okay, I think I'm going to end the video here. It did perform pretty well. I won, I think, 4 out of 5 games, or 3 out of 4 games. I didn't really keep track. That one game against the creature deck was kind of shitty, but they did have a lot of ramp, so they had like the perfect curve, honestly. But every other game, I think I did pretty well with this deck. Like I said with the other decks, if you want to take a screenshot of this, or, you know, take the idea and maybe change it up a bit, go ahead. I don't typically put the deck list underneath the video, just because I get kind of lazy with it sometimes. I probably will do that at some point, but yeah. So this is the deck. I'll just go through the list real quick so you know what's in it. There's 1 Yorion as a companion, 4 Pact of Negation, 4 Blink of an Eye, 4 Fae of Wishes, 4 Negate, 4 Omen of the Sea, 4 Mind Stone, 4 Brazen Borrower, 4 Sinister Sabotage, 4 Chromatic Lantern, 4 Hedron Archive, 4 Flood of Tears, 3 Omniscience, and in the sideboard there's 1 Rule of Law, 1 Clear the Mind, 1 Mythos of Illuna, 2 Mastermind's Acquisition, 1 Jace, Unraveler Secrets, 1 Liliana, Dreadhorde General, 1 Thought Distortion, 1 Inescapable Blaze, 1,000 Year Storm, 1 Scholar, 1 Planewide, 1 Ugin, and another Omniscience. Also, the lands are pretty self-explanatory. 2 Castle Vantress, 32 islands. Not too many, I think, for an 80-card deck. But yeah, so I'm going to end the stream there. Thanks for watching, subscribe, like the video, and tune in for my next one.